Oh, basically, I just wanted to know what your mindset was going into the PKs. Obviously you hadn't gotten much action in the game. It was mostly on the other side. How do you stay fresh? How do you stay in the game with your mind?
It's just the life of a goalkeeper, right? There's one play, one decision that affects the game. And then when you go into a penalty shootout, I think our goalkeeper coach, Alec Duffy, does a phenomenal job preparing me and all the goalkeepers for those situations, and we were fortunate to come out on top tonight.
Next question will go to Sean Goodwin with the Kansas City Star. Sean, your line is open.
Hey, Buzio. Sorry. You put Inglewood in goal, Buzio. Just what were you thinking as that ball went into the top corner? And I guess what were your emotions as you realised you'd won the game?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's we're all happy that we won. I was the fourth man to take it, so there was always a chance that I was going to step up and have to win it. So I kind of walked in with the mindset that this is going in, and it did. And I'm happy that I could provide the PK to win the game.
Next question will go to Seren Petra with Sports Radio 810 WHB. Seren, your line is open.
Yeah, Gianluca, is your focus there? I mean, like you're just going to blast it by him, your best against his best, or did you try to steal a look at what he was kind of doing?
I think I was just kind of focused on myself. I knew that if I put it where I wanted it to, there's no way he could save it, and it turned out well for me. He was close to it, but I tried not to focus on the goalie that much, and I knew if I put it where I wanted it, it was going in.
Next question to Sean Goodwin with the Kansas City Star. Sean, your line is open.
Hey, Booze. Just sticking with the penalty. You don't play a full game. Obviously, you've got the fresh legs, but we often see, decades of soccer that guys come on as a sub for a penalty and miss. Was that going through your mind at all? Just the pressure of not playing a full game and coming in such a high pressure situation?
I think it's up to the player really, and I'm going into the game with the mindset that I have to help the team win, and and in these games we know that if the game's tied at the end, it's going to go into penalties. So it's always in the back of your head, and in the game I try not to think about that. I want to go out and win in regular time, but once that whistle hit at the end of the game, it was into my mind that I'm going up, I'm taking this penalty, and I'm making it, and I try not to think about it until the end, and I'm like I'm just happy that I could put it in.
Next question will go to Seren Petra with Sports Radio 810 WHB. Seren, your line is open.
Tim, I know you mentioned the preparation, and I've talked to you a number of times about it, and the coach, and going through what the tendencies are for everybody. But is there can you psych yourself out overthinking it too much? I mean, when you're getting ready, sometimes you just have to let it play and watch the moves.
Yeah, of course. I mean, penalty shootout's different than penalties within the game. You're trying to pick up any little cues you can see, directions people are looking, tendency of the shooter, their run-up, their approach, and kind of put everything all together all at once and hopefully pick the right side. And tonight I thought, the guys taking the shots on our team, they're really good penalties. And as a goalkeeper, you tell yourself, just try to save one, and the guys are going to put all theirs in. And tonight we were lucky to get out of there in 4 rounds.
Next question will go to Ari Lilienwall. Ari, your line is open.
Hey guys, my question's for Tim. Tim, I believe you're now 5-0 in your career in penalty kick shootouts. Is there anything in particular that you attribute that to, and is that a part of your game that you take a special sort of pride in?
I don't think so. I think it's just another piece. We try to be the most complete goalkeeper you are, and you have to work on all different facets of your game. I think in all the penalty shootouts that I've been in, the shooters, especially on this team, have always done so well. And most of them have scored, and I've had to make a save or two, so a lot of that comes down to the team.
Next question to Sean Goodwin with the Kansas City Star. Sean, your line is open.
Hey, Tim. Obviously, you didn't have a whole lot to do tonight, but looking down the other end of the field, you got Vancouver's 21-year-old keeper, who, quite frankly, kept them in the game. Just from what you could see down the other end, what do you have to say about his game?
Yeah, I mean, he was the difference maker all game, right? I think that we controlled a lot of that game. We could have maybe had a little better execution in front of goal, but he changed the entire game. He kept that team in. He's a very young goalkeeper, and he had a great performance. And the future is bright for all of Vancouver's goalkeepers. I think they're all very talented, and they have a very good future ahead of them.
Final two questions. We'll go to Seren Petro and Ari Lilienwall. Seren, your line is open.
Boos, kind of on that line. I mean, you guys got a lot of shots. I mean, I think they said it was a record for shots. A lot of them on goal. Did you sense any kind of frustration setting in? And is that something you got to guard against, not making a mistake if you get frustrated and letting an easy run out go the other way? I mean, did everybody stay sharp, you feel, even though it had to be frustrating with all the chances you guys were putting on the net?
Yeah, it's always frustrating when you have a lot of chances and you can't put them in, but I think the guys we have on the team know just to keep on pushing, and we kept on creating chances, and maybe on another day 2 of those or 3 of those are going in the goal. So I think it's good that even though we're not scoring, we're still creating them, and it shows that we're still going to try no matter what. And obviously the goalie had a good game, and we could have been better in the final third, but if you keep on trying, one of those is going to come off, and hopefully in these next couple games they will. And yeah, that's all I can say is keep on trying until they're going to go in eventually.
Peter, I'm curious if you've piled up kind of the games here. I'm curious if you noticed any heavy legs or any of the conditioning or anything of kind of effects of short rest that's had on your team.
No, I actually think that today, along with our game against Salt Lake, there were 2 very good performances. Today we controlled the game. We created so many different chances. Their goalkeeper came up with some good saves, but at the end it was a really good performance, and defensively I thought we were tremendous. So a lot of times when you're playing games like this and you do what we did in regards to the way that we played and you go on the penalties, you wind up coming away and losing. And so proud of the guys for them staying focused and concentrated, because they deserve to advance. They deserve to win the game. So it was very good performance and good execution at the end.
Next question will go to Seren Petro with Sports Radio 810 WHB. Seren, your line is open.
Peter, you were talking about the defense. It's been one of the things, maybe the late, the first game when the defense maybe let down. That didn't happen here this time. And also really the chances they got a couple of times they got the ball down the field, but there always seemed to be someone there. Is that just a product of the team maturing, or better preparation, better matchups? What do you attribute that to?
Incredible coaching. No, look, I think that the guys are I think some of it is confidence, and I think some of it is feeling good about the things that we're doing in training and then executing in the games. As I said, I think if you look at the way we played against Salt Lake, we didn't give any chances away against a very, very good team, and then today we really didn't give any chances away. And I think the guys are gaining confidence in that world, that I think has a lot to do with reading of the game, has to do with the work that the guys are doing off the ball, and we're collapsing with more than just 1 or 2 guys around the player. We're collapsing with 3 and 4 sometimes, and we're not giving teams a lot of space on the ball, and I think that's really, really good. And then the other thing is we're getting a lot better with second balls, which is something that we've always struggled with a little bit, and we've gotten a lot better. This group is actually doing a really good job with it. So all those things are helping, and everybody's defending, everybody's working hard. And the other thing too is I think that we're starting to get more pressure up top, because I think that our fitness is definitely increasing.
I know the answer oftentimes on this one is both, right? Like, because it's a team game, right? The offense and the defense, they feed off each other. But you were so aggressive offensively. Did that really allow the defense to loosen up, or was it the fact that the defense was so tight really allowed you guys to get so far forward and be so aggressive? I know that's how Vancouver plays, so they kind of invite that style, but still, you guys play with a ton of confidence up front, even though you didn't get a goal.
We did. I mean, we moved the ball well, and we created great chances. You got to give their goalkeeper a lot of credit. The young kid did a good job. We could have, there's some situations. Sometimes you can be obviously a lot more clinical. You can be, more concentrated, all those things. But, sometimes when they don't happen, you also can't lose yourself, and we didn't do that today. And I think, I think the question's actually a good one. I think one thing you have to take into consideration is that, you still have to maintain a high level of concentration when you have the ball a lot, like we did in the game, especially defensively. And so what tends to happen is that you have to keep a compact group to make sure that all of a sudden you don't get picked apart, because now all of a sudden you're kind of pressing for a goal, and you open yourself at the back. And I thought we had good balance in our attack, and I do think that the guys, their active defending in today's game was actually really, really good. It wasn't an easy game to play.
Question will go to Sean Goodwin, Kansas City Star. Sean, your line is open.
Hey, Peter, you kind of touched on it at the start of that answer. Vancouver's keeper, 21-year-old kid, plays one of the best games of his life. And you guys were having good chances and doing everything right, but he was just pulling out the stops. What was it like coming up against him today, and a little bit about how he plays? Yeah,
look, we just had a lot of good chances, and he did. He made some really good saves, but when you're in this area of a tournament, the only thing that you're trying to do is you're trying to advance. And so I think we had the ingredients today to advance. We were good with the ball. We for sure created really, really good chances. Defensively, we were very tight. And, at the end, when we went in the penalty kicks, I thought Timmy was tremendous, and I thought our guys that went up and took him were, look, they were confident. And we had been working on them, but they were confident. And we do pretty well when we get into those areas of or this area of tournaments.
And then Timmy in goal. When you have a guy like Melia back there, that has to give you some confidence heading into the penalty shootouts. And would you say he's maybe the best penalty shot stopper in the league? Maybe.
I don't know. Hard to say. I think Tim does a really good job on penalties just in regular games, and so I'd say he's one of the best for sure. Whether he's the best, I'm not really too sure, but he's definitely one of the best, because even during the season, he always seems to find a way to make good decisions. He's got a really good eye for reading what players are going to do.
Next question will go to Ari Lilienwall. Ari, your line is open.
Hey, Coach. Looking ahead to this next match against Philadelphia, what's the approach, and what are the things that you want to see from the team and work on ahead of that one?
Yeah, it'll definitely be a different game. They have a lot of energy, that team. They, from front to back are very solid. Their team plays on both sides of the ball for sure, really, really well. There's not a lot of holes in their group, and so we expect it to be a really, really tough match for us, and it'll be different. We're at 8 o'clock, I think the game is, so we're going from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. to 8 p.m., and who knows, we'll see where the next one goes, hopefully after that, if we get through.
Final two questions will go to Seren Petro and Sean Goodwin. First up is Seren. Your line is open.
Peter, I know Tim was great. That goes without saying, but you guys putting it in the net on the PKs were great as well. Is this the best group you've had? Like, you find yourself in those situations? Is this about the best you've ever been able to run out there in a situation like this?
I think the group has a lot of improvisation in it. You can work on pattern play and different things and give ideas to guys, but at the end, when the other team starts posing different situations, it's hard to manage that from the sideline during the flow of the game. And so when you look at players that we have, and I go through a ton of them, right? You got Johnny Russell, you got Kyrie, you got Daniel when he came on, you got Girso, you got Allen, you have Gotti Kinda, Boost when he came on. Those guys have a lot of improvisation within the game, and what you can tell is that they're all starting to get familiar with each other and starting to understand more and more all the time what attributes each of them bring. But they definitely can create stuff out of nothing, which is something we haven't had in this team for a long time, and not at this quality across the board.
Final question goes to Sean Goodwin. Sean, your line is open.
Peter, it's almost 2 a.m. for you now. I assume this is the latest game you ever coached. Just with the post-game treatment, and I assume it was a post-game meal, what time are you expecting you and the guys to get to bed, and then what's tomorrow's plan with such a late night?
Well, my plan is, so it's almost 2 o'clock, so in about 2 hours and 45 minutes, I'm going to jump in the pool and do some swimming. And then we're going to hit the field at 11 a.m. So that's really our day for tomorrow. The players that didn't play will hit the field at 11 a.m. The other guys will probably do a regen around 2 o'clock in the pool.